In a world where power often commands and demands, there are rare, breathtaking moments when the human spirit, regardless of its earthly stature, bows in profound humility before a higher, unseen force. This is the story of such a moment, an encounter that etched itself into the annals of contemporary history, revealing the raw, unvarnished truth that even the mightiest hearts can seek solace and strength from an unexpected source, a testament to faith's enduring power. Before we delve deeper into this truly moving narrative, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel, so you don't miss out on more stories that touch the heart and illuminate the spirit. Your support helps us bring these powerful narratives to life for a global audience. The air within the vast expanse of the Zion prayer movement outreach was thick with anticipation, a sacred hush from thousands of congregants, each pulsating with unyielding faith. It was a spiritual crucible, a hallowed ground where fervent prayers ascended, seeking divine intervention. Evangelist EBUKA OBI, revered for his prophetic anointing, stood as the conduit, his presence electrifying the atmosphere, drawing believers from all walks of life, united by a yearning for divine touch. The Zion prayer movement, known for powerful intercessions and testimonies of deliverance, was a beacon of hope, a sanctuary where earthly burdens could be laid at the feet of the Almighty. Additional intrigue and expectation permeated the sanctuary, an unspoken question lingering. Whispers hinted at the arrival of an individual whose life was woven into the nation's destiny, a leader whose name resonated with political prowess. The congregation sensed this gathering held unique significance, a pivotal moment poised to capture the nation's imagination. The fervent singing filled the hall, a symphony of voices raised in unison, creating an atmosphere ripe for spiritual encounter. As hymns swelled, a profound peace settled, a quiet understanding that they were part of something monumental, a sacred convergence of human need and divine presence. The soft glow illuminated faces reflecting hope, trust, and unwavering belief in heaven's power to reshape destinies. This collective energy prepared the spiritual ground for the extraordinary moment. Amidst this charged and spiritually fertile environment, the anticipated moment began to materialize with undeniable certainty. The air thickened with anticipation, evolving into profound awe. This setting, steeped in prayer and expectation, would soon bear witness to a profound act of humility, an event defining a powerful individual's relationship with faith, sending ripples of inspiration throughout the nation, reminding all that even in the highest echelons, the human spirit remains connected to the divine, seeking guidance. Then, a subtle shift occurred, a quiet ripple spreading from the back of the enormous congregation, growing into a wave of hushed whispers and astonished gazes. It was not an ostentatious entrance, nor was it heralded by fanfare or the usual clamor that often accompanies figures of immense public standing. Instead, BOLA AHMED TINUBU, a name synonymous with political influence and strategic brilliance, quietly entered the sanctuary, not in the center of a boisterous entourage, but with a measured humility that immediately commanded respect. His presence, often a spectacle of power, was transformed within these sacred walls, appearing less as a political titan and more as a pilgrim, a seeker, a man on a journey of faith, his eyes reflecting a quiet intensity that belied his public persona. The initial shock among the congregants quickly gave way to a profound sense of awe, a collective realization that they were witnessing something truly extraordinary. Gone was the image of the unyielding politician, the formidable strategist. In his place stood a man, vulnerable and open, stepping onto spiritual ground with a clear purpose that had nothing to do with campaigns. His demeanor was a silent sermon, speaking volumes of a deeper quest, a yearning for something beyond political life, demonstrating an internal fortitude that prioritized spiritual grounding. As he moved through the throng, his steps were deliberate, unhurried, reflecting a man deeply aware of the sanctity of the space he was entering, yet propelled by an inner conviction. There was an almost palpable air of respect that emanated from him, not just for the evangelist, but for the entire spiritual endeavor. This was not a photo opportunity. It was a deeply personal pilgrimage, an act of faith unfolding before thousands, stripped of usual political posturing and adorned with an authentic desire for divine intervention. His presence underscored a universal truth, that even those who wield immense temporal power recognize and seek solace in a power far greater than their own. The entire atmosphere within the outreach shifted, becoming intensely focused, a sacred tableau where national expectations met the profound simplicity of personal faith. Every eye was fixed upon him, not out of mere curiosity, but with a burgeoning sense of collective hope, for in his quiet arrival and humble bearing, many saw a reflection of their own struggles and hopes for divine breakthrough. This unexpected appearance from a figure of such national prominence transformed the gathering into a crucible of shared human experience, a powerful reminder that the human heart, regardless of its earthly adornments, yearns for connection with the divine, seeking wisdom and strength from a source that transcends all worldly boundaries. Then came the moment that sent a collective shiver through the sanctuary, a gesture so profound, so unexpected in its simplicity, that it instantly silenced the whispers and brought tears to the eyes of many. As BOLA AHMED TINUBU reached the altar, the sacred space where Evangelist EBUKA OBI stood ready to minister, he knelt. Not a perfunctory genuflection, but a deliberate, full descent to his knees, his forehead almost touching the ground in an act of complete prostration. It was a gesture that spoke volumes without a single word, an eloquent demonstration of humility, vulnerability, and an unshakable faith in the spiritual authority of the evangelist and the divine power he represented. In that singular, breathtaking moment, the political giant shed his mantle of worldly power, transforming into a humble supplicant. For a man of his stature, accustomed to commanding attention, this act of kneeling was not just remarkable, it was revolutionary. It transcended politics, status, and public image, cutting straight to the core of what it means to be human in the face of the divine. The weight of his public persona, the decades of strategic battles, all seemed to dissolve in that solitary, powerful posture of surrender. It was a visual affirmation that even the most formidable leaders acknowledge a higher power, a spiritual realm from which true strength and guidance flow. This act of humility resonated deeply, becoming a powerful symbol of genuine faith. A collective gasp swept through the congregation, quickly followed by a profound hush, as if the very air held its breath in reverence. Many congregants, moved by the sincerity, began to weep openly, their hearts touched by the raw emotion and unpretentious faith. In that instant, the distance between the powerful leader and the ordinary worshiper collapsed, replaced by a shared humanity, a universal understanding of the need for divine intervention, a humbling acknowledgement of dependence on a force greater than oneself. This was not a performance. It was an authentic moment of spiritual vulnerability, a genuine outpouring of a heart seeking divine favor. The symbolism of this act was immeasurable. It was a profound statement not only about BOLA AHMED TINUBU's personal faith, but also about the spiritual fabric of a nation that reveres divine guidance. It communicated a powerful message that no ambition is too grand, no challenge too daunting, that cannot be laid at the feet of the Almighty. It was a testament to the belief that true authority ultimately stems from divine approval, and that genuine leadership is characterized by humility, prayer, and an unwavering trust in a higher purpose. This pivotal moment, etched into collective memory, served as a poignant reminder that even the most influential figures recognize the undeniable power of faith and the transformative strength found in bowing before the divine. As BOLA AHMED TINUBU remained in that posture of profound humility, head bowed, the atmosphere around Evangelist EBUKA OBI intensified, charged with a palpable spiritual energy. The evangelist, with unyielding focus, placed his hands upon the kneeling leader, and a torrent of fervent prayer began to flow, not merely as words, but as a mighty river of divine intercession, carrying the hopes of a nation. His voice, clear and resonant, filled the sanctuary, invoking blessings, protection, and divine guidance for the man kneeling before him. This was not a superficial blessing, it was a deep, impassioned plea to the heavens, calling forth destiny and anointing, a spiritual transfer of grace that transcended the physical realm, touching upon the very essence of leadership and the future of an entire nation. The prayer was not just a recital of petitions. It was laced with powerful prophetic utterances, words that resonated with deep spiritual insight, hinting at the destiny and challenges ahead. Evangelist EBUKA OBI spoke with a conviction that suggested a direct conduit to divine revelation, articulating a future shaped by divine will and guided by heavenly wisdom. He spoke of divine mandates, of responsibilities weighty and sacred, and of the grace required to navigate the tumultuous waters of leadership. Every word was imbued with spiritual weight, a direct address to the heavens on behalf of a leader who had publicly humbled himself, seeking divine favor. The congregants listened in rapt attention, feeling the spiritual current course through them, sensing they were witnessing a moment of profound spiritual communion. The evangelist's hands remained firmly upon TINUBU's head, signifying a powerful impartation, a spiritual transfer of strength, wisdom, and divine favor. The intensity of the prayer was not just for the individual, but for the nation he represented, for the millions whose lives would be impacted by his leadership. It was a prayer for peace, for prosperity, for unity, for justice, and for a divine hand to guide the helm. The spiritual energy emanating from the evangelist seemed to envelop TINUBU, a protective shield of prayer, an empowerment designed to fortify him for immense responsibilities. This powerful moment encapsulated the belief that true leadership is ultimately a spiritual calling, requiring divine enablement far beyond human capabilities. As the prayer reached its crescendo, the words of blessing and prophecy hung in the air, a spiritual declaration that resonated deep within the hearts of all who witnessed it. It was a testament to the transformative power of faith, the profound impact of spiritual authority, and the belief that even the most complex national challenges can be addressed through divine intervention. This intercession was more than just a personal prayer for a leader. It was a collective cry for the nation, a moment of profound hope and spiritual realignment, underscoring the vital role of faith in shaping the destiny of individuals and the trajectory of an entire country. As the evangelist concluded his powerful prayer and TINUBU slowly rose, the lingering silence in the sanctuary was not empty but filled with a profound spiritual resonance, a quiet hum of revelation and inspiration. The moment had passed, yet its impact reverberated, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts and minds of all who witnessed it, both within the hallowed halls of the Zion prayer movement and far beyond. The act of kneeling, the fervent prayer, the prophetic utterances, these elements converged to create a narrative that transcended mere political maneuverings, elevating the discourse to a realm of faith, humility, and divine purpose. This encounter was not just an event, it was a testament, a powerful narrative etched into the collective consciousness, demonstrating the enduring power of faith. The ripple effect of this momentous encounter was immediate and far-reaching, sparking conversations across the nation and beyond, crossing cultural and political divides. For many, it reaffirmed the profound importance of faith in leadership, serving as a powerful reminder that even the most powerful figures are ultimately dependent on a higher power for guidance and wisdom. For others, it was an unexpected display of vulnerability and humility from a man often perceived as unyielding, shattering preconceived notions and inspiring a new perspective on leadership. This single act became a symbol, a beacon illustrating that genuine strength can be found in sincere humility, and that true power often begins with bowing before a force greater than oneself, reshaping public perceptions of what leadership truly entails. Beyond the immediate reactions, the legacy of BOLA AHMED TINUBU kneeling for evangelist EBUKA OBI at the Zion Prayer Movement Outreach became an enduring touchstone in the ongoing dialogue between faith and governance. It underscored a fundamental truth that resonates deeply within the African spiritual landscape, that leadership, at its core, is not solely about policies or power, but also about the spirit, about the alignment with divine will, and about seeking divine counsel in the pursuit of national well-being. This powerful visual narrative continued to inspire reflection and introspection, reminding individuals and nations alike that spiritual grounding is an indispensable component of effective and compassionate leadership, a profound lesson for all to ponder. In the tapestry of history, some moments shine brighter than others, not for their grandeur, but for their profound authenticity, and their ability to reveal the deeper truths of the human spirit. BOLA AHMED TINUBU's act of kneeling was one such moment, a powerful testament to the enduring power of faith, the transformative nature of humility, and the universal quest for divine guidance in the journey of life, regardless of one's earthly position. It served as a timeless reminder that even in the highest echelons of power, the human heart remains tethered to the spiritual, perpetually seeking solace, wisdom, and strength from sources far beyond the visible horizon, a story that will resonate for generations, echoing the profound intersection of leadership, humility, and the divine. If this story has moved you, please consider subscribing to our channel for more inspiring content. Like this video to help us reach a wider audience, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear how this story resonates with you. Your engagement fuels our mission to share powerful narratives of faith and resilience.